Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah, and today I will be guiding you through a yoga practice for runners. So this will be more of a cross-training style class. This will be an active yoga class. We will be strengthening the body, specifically the hip flexors, the quadriceps, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So this is not just a stretching type of yoga class. We will be doing some active mobility work as well. This is the second Yoga for Runners class that I have on my channel. So if you enjoy this style of class, be sure to check out the first one if you haven't yet. Let's begin here in a tabletop position, hands and knees all fours. Shoulders will be over top of your wrists. Hips are over top of your knees. Spread your fingers out nice and far apart. Your toes are untucked, and just take a few breaths here, grounding down into all 10 fingers, your knees and the tops of your feet. From here, extend your left leg straight back behind you. Inhale here, and when you exhale, bring your knee in towards your left elbow. Inhale to take it long, and when you exhale, bring it in towards the elbow. When you inhale, extend it, and as you exhale, take it in. We're going to do this about 5 more times. As you move the left leg, try to keep everything else in your body stationary and still. Let's do one more here. Extend your left leg long, and we're going to move into some little pulses up and down with the left leg. And let's do 10 more. 5 more. Good. From here, bend your left knee. We'll just take it into some little pulses here. So that flex the left foot towards the knee. And we'll do 5 to 8 pulses. So it's a small range of motion. Lifting and lowering the left leg. Good. From here, take your left leg straight out to the left side. Tuck your right toes under and send your right hip back towards your right heel. Walk your hands out in front of you and rest your forehead down onto your mat. So it will look like this. Forehead can be on the mat, or you can have one hand stacked over top of the other. Come to a place where you can rest. And use your breath to allow the left inner thigh, left hip, hamstring to all begin to open up. Notice how the right foot feels as you have the toes tucked under and you send the hips back to the heel. Good. Let's start to come up out of this pose. And from here, we're going to take the left leg straight out to the left side. So just like before, try to keep everything else steady. So we're not moving any other part of the body. Can you lift your left leg just a little bit higher? Maybe up to about hip height. Ground down into both hands. Set the left knee down. And we'll stay in our tabletop here for a couple of breaths before we do all of that on the second side. Good. From here, extend your right leg back. As you breathe in, lengthen it out. And when you breathe out, bring the knee in towards the right elbow or the right tricep. When you inhale, extend it. And when you exhale, bring it in to touch the elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to bring it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. We'll do 3 more. Let's do 1 more. From here, with the right leg extended out long, let's move into these little pulses. Flex your right toes towards the knee. Let's do 10 more. 5. Last one here. Bend your right leg. Stomp the foot up towards the ceiling. Flex the toes towards the knee. Little pulses here in this donkey kick position. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. Bring the knee down and then right away take the leg out to the right side. Right toes are just in front of the heel. Tuck your left toes under and sit your hip back towards your left heel. Stay here if this feels like enough, or you can start to bring your chest down towards the ground. Your forehead can also come to rest down onto your mat. Or if you prefer, you can stack one hand over top of the other and rest your forehead on your hands. Good. From here, start to lift yourself up. And lift your right leg straight out to the right side. Your right leg will be bent to about 90 degrees. Can you lift the leg up a little bit higher to about hip height if you can? We'll stay here for a little bit longer. Good. Bring the knee down. From your tabletop, bring your right shin to the right, so your right foot will be off of your mat. Right hand is down, variation of side plank. Left leg will go long, left arm will lift up. From here, we'll add in some work for the lower body. You can bring your left hand to your hip, or you can keep it up towards the ceiling. Lift your left leg up. Lower it down 10 times. As you breathe in, you can lift it. And as you breathe out, you can lower it. Or find any other way of breathing that works for you. Just think of breathing nice, smooth, steady inhales. Nice, smooth, steady exhales. Let's do 2 more from here. Good. From here, keep the hand on your hip. Lift the leg up. Bring the knee into your chest. Inhale, lengthen it. Exhale, bring the knee in. Inhale, lengthen it. Exhale, bring the knee in. Inhale, lengthen it. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more. Good. From here, step it through towards the top of your mat. So your right knee is down, left foot is at the top of your mat in between your hands. Rise up into your low lunge. Arms can be up overhead, or you can have your hands on your hips. Let's bring the left arm back and the right arm forward. Ground down into the left foot to find more stability and steadiness in your twist. If you would like to, you can look towards the left hand. From here, bring the right hand down, left arm reaches up. You can keep the right knee down, or you can tuck the toes under and lift up the right knee. One more breath here. Good. From here, bring the knee down. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Bring the left foot to the left edge of your mat. You can untuck your right toes. Coming into a lizard pose here. Find any movement that feels good. So you can shift from side to side. You can start to straighten your left leg if you would like, and then bend back into the knee, shifting your weight forward and then back. Or find any other way of moving that feels good for your body right now. Moving in a way that feels intuitive and natural. Let's now bring the left hand to the left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Open your body towards the left side of the room. Stay right here, or option to bend your right knee and grab onto the right foot. And if you aren't able to grab onto the foot, that's okay. You can continue to reach back and bend the right knee and just reach towards the foot. One more breath. Good. From here, release the foot. Bring your left hand down. Tuck your right toes under. Lift up your right knee. And we'll just be here in our strong lizard lunge for 1 or 2 breaths. Can you send your right heel further back behind you, getting a little bit of a stretch for your calf muscles on the right leg? Good. Bring the knee down. Come back into your tabletop. So left knee will come to meet your right. From here, I'm just going to turn around on my mat so you can see this better on the second side. So the left shin will come to the left. We're doing all of that on the second side. Left hand is down. Right arm will reach up. When you're ready, lift the right leg up. You can work with the breath here. As you breathe out, lower it down. And as you breathe in, lift it back up to about hip height if you can. If you would prefer to have your right hand on the right hip, you can do that. Let's do 6 more. Moving slowly and with control, and with a lot of intention behind each part of the movement. We'll do 1 more. Good. From here, lift the leg back up. Inhale right here. And as you exhale, bring the knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, bring it in. Try not to move your spine. Try not to bring your chest and your upper body towards your knee. Keep that stationary as you just bring the knee in towards you. Let's do 1 more. Extend it back, bring the knee in just so that you can step it through top of the mat. Left knee is down, right foot is forward, top of the mat, come on up, rise up, low lunge. Arms overhead or hands together at heart center or hands on your hips. From here, left arm forward, right arm back. Come into this nice open twist. If you would like to, you can gaze towards the right hand. If that feels okay for your neck, find your balance. Ground down into your right foot to find a little bit more stability in this twist. Good. Come back through center, arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. From here, bring your right foot to the right edge of your mat. Both hands are to the inside of your right foot. And find any movement that feels good for you. So you can shift your weight back working towards straightening your right leg and then bending back into it when you're ready. You can shift the hips from side to side as well. Maybe you open up your right knee towards the right side a little bit, even coming onto the outer edge of the right foot. We'll take 2 or 3 more breaths, just exploring any variation of this lizard lunge. From here, we'll all meet with the right knee over top of the ankle. We'll bring the right hand onto the right knee or the right thigh. And open your chest up towards the right side of the room. If you would like to, you can look over the right shoulder towards the back of the room. From here, start to reach your right arm back. Stay here, coming a little bit deeper into your twist, or you can bend your left knee. You might have to readjust on your kneecap to get in a comfortable position, and then you can grab onto your foot with your right hand. And if you're not finding your foot, if you can't quite make that clasp or that bind, you can just bring the heel in towards your hip and continue to reach the hand in that direction. So in the direction of your foot. We'll stay here for 1 or 2 more breaths. Maintain a nice, smooth, steady flow with your breath. Release. Bring the left foot down, right hand comes back down to the mat. Tuck your left toes under, lift the left knee up off of the mat. We're going to stay here and see if you can send the left heel farther back behind you, so much so that you can almost ground it down onto the mat. Then still allow the right knee to be over the ankle. Good. Bring the left knee down. Bring the right knee down so you're back in your tabletop. Ground down onto your hands, your knees, and the tops of your feet. Toes are untucked. From here, bring your left knee towards your left elbow, just like we did at the start of class. Stay here, or for a little bit more of a challenge, you can tuck your right toes under and lift your right knee up off of the mat. Stay here for 1 big breath, in and out through the nose. Bring the right knee down, bring the left knee down. Same thing here on the other side. So your right knee will come to the right elbow, maybe the right tricep. Stay right here, or if you're ready to move on, you can tuck your left toes under and then lift up your left knee just to a hover, 1 inch or 2, maybe 3 above the mat. Good. Bring the knee down. Bring the right knee down as well. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Knees farther apart or closer together. It's up to you. Send your hips back to your heels as you come into a child's pose. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Start to lift back into your tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Bring your hands further out in front of you. Tuck your toes under. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and far apart. Lift your knees up and send your hips back towards the wall behind you. You can pedal it out through the legs, bending one knee generously and then the other. With the leg that is straight, can you really send that heel down towards the earth? Getting a nice stretch in the calf muscles as you do that. Let's move through this a few more times on each side. Going slowly and just taking your time to find your stretch for the calves. From here on your inhale breath, look forward. And as you exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale to fold down over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands onto your shins. Reach your heart forward. Send your hips back. Imagine that I am placing a cup of coffee on your back and you're not allowing it to tip over and spill. So that is how stable and steady your body is right now. Hands together at heart center. Come on up to stand. Engage your core. Engage your glutes. Lower down back to that halfway lift position with the hands together at heart center. And be mindful here that you're just lowering about halfway. Lift back up. So as you exhale, you'll send your hips back. Reach your heart forward. Bend your knees. Inhale to come on up. Engage your core, your glutes, and your hamstrings. Exhale to lower halfway. Inhale to come on up. We'll continue like this about 5 more times. And when you lower down, you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Think of sending your hips back to the wall behind you. And when you come up, really engage, contract, squeeze your glutes, your hamstrings, and even your core a little bit. Let's do one more. Good. From here, stand on your left foot. Lift your right knee, or your right foot up. And we're coming in and out of Warrior 3 and adding on to it. So make your way into Warrior 3. Your heart will reach forward. Send your right foot back behind you. Right leg is straight. Your left knee can have a bit of a bend in it. Tap your hands down to the mat, to the top left corner of your mat. And then come on up, hands together at heart center. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Bring the right leg straight back behind you. Warrior 3, just touch into it for a moment. And as you do that, tap your hands over to the right edge of your mat. Come on up, knee to the chest. Continue just like this, lowering into Warrior 3. Bringing your hands anywhere that you like on your mat. Challenging your balance. If you fall out of it, just come right back into it when you're ready. And perhaps you notice how it feels as you bend your left leg, your standing leg, and then maybe you try this with a straight left leg. It's completely up to you. Let's do this one more time. Bring the right knee into your chest and then set it down onto your mat. You can shake it out. As you're ready, we'll move on to the second side. So grounding down into the right foot, all 4 corners of the right foot. Left knee will come in towards the chest. From here, coming into warrior three, send the left leg straight back behind you. Flex the left toes towards the left knee. Bring your hands anywhere that you like on your mat. And then make your way back up to stand. Left knee comes into the chest. Lower back down into warrior three. Right knee can be straight, or you can have a small bend in it. And notice how it feels to change it up. How it changes this movement for you. Continue just like this. We'll do about 3 more. Placing your hands just wherever you would like on your mat, or maybe even off of your mat. Challenging your balance. Feeling all of the little muscles around your calf and your ankle and in your foot, working hard here. This is the last one, and we'll meet with the left knee into the chest. And then you can set the foot down and you can take some time to shake it out. Good. From here, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Bring your hands together at heart center, halfway lift. Bend your knees generously. Feet are about hip distance apart. Send your hips back. Heart reaches forward. Stay right here, or you can reach your arms out into a T. We'll just be here for 1 more breath. Keep your spine lifted. Lower down, come into a forward fold. Let's bring the feet out to the edges of the mat. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. Allow your belly to rest down towards your thighs. You can sway from side to side. Drop your head down towards the ground. As you come over to the right side, you can bend your right knee generously, straightening out the left leg. And as you come over to the left, you can straighten the right leg and bend the left knee generously. Continue just like this, going at your own pace. Good. From here, bring your feet to hip distance apart. Have a nice generous bend in your right knee. Right fingers come down to the mat. And if this doesn't work to bring the right hand down to the mat, you can use a book, or you can place your hand on a water bottle or anything like that. Left hand will come to the left hip. Left knee is more straight. Right knee is bent. And you'll look over your left shoulder as you come into a twist. You can extend your left arm, if you like, up towards the sky. 1 more big breath. Good. Release, and we'll do that on the other side. So left hand is down, right leg is straight, left knee is bent, right hand to the hip. Stay here, perhaps gazing towards the right shoulder. And if you would like to, you can reach your right arm up, getting a little bit deeper in the pose, but only if that feels good for your body. 1 more breath here. Release. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold down. Plant your hands down, step back into plank. Send your hips back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees down and make your way to a comfortable seated position with your legs out in front of you. Place your hands outside of your hips. Press your hands down into the mat, into the ground. Flex your toes towards your knees to activate your legs a little bit here. Sit up nice and tall. We'll stay here and breathe for about 5 breaths. Focus on your breath. Follow the flow of your breath as it moves in through the nose, and follow your breath as it moves out on your exhale breath through the nose. Good. From here, we'll bring the left foot up and over, bending the left knee. Right arm will wrap around the left leg, hugging it in towards the chest. So the left foot is planted down. Reach your left arm up and tent up onto the left fingertips as the left hand comes down. So the palm is lifted. Look over the left shoulder towards the back of your space. Can you sit up even taller here? And are you able to find a little bit more length through the right leg? Can you flex the right toes towards the right knee? Good. From here, come back to center, and we'll do that on the second side. So bend your right leg, planting the foot to the outside of the left leg. Hug the knee in towards your chest with the left arm. Right arm will reach up, and you can tent up onto your fingertips of the right hand. Look over the right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Find length through your spine. And we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Good. Come back to center and just make your way all the way onto your back. Once you are on your back, knees will be bent, feet flat onto the mat. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. And stay here if this feels like enough of a stretch. You can flex the left toes towards the knee, making this pose a little bit more active. Or you can bring the right knee in towards your chest. Fingers can interlace around the right hamstring. You can also interlace your fingers around the right shin if you prefer that. Can you energetically here think about bringing your left knee away from your body, towards the front of the room? Can you allow your upper body to become a little bit more relaxed? One more big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Bringing the right foot down, uncrossing the legs. Bring the right ankle over top of the left thigh towards the knee. Stay here if this feels like enough. And you can flex the right toes towards the right knee. Or if you would like to move on, you can bring the knee and the thigh in towards your chest, interlacing your fingers either at the hamstring or the shin. Can you deepen into your breath? Think about making each inhale breath and each exhale breath a little bit longer. Energetically think about bringing the right knee away from you, towards the front of your space. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release the left foot down onto the mat and cross the right ankle. Releasing the right foot down to the mat as well. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and rock from side to side. From here, we are coming into our final pose of class, Shavasana. So extend everything long, taking up lots of space here for your Shavasana. If you would rather take this pose in a different position, you can do that. So you can come into a seated position. You can lie on your belly. You can lie on one side. There are options, so just choose one that feels good for you, taking into account how your body is feeling right now. Give your body and your mind this opportunity to rest. Know that for the next little bit, there is absolutely nothing you need to do. Nowhere that you need to be. Rest here, and I'll bring you back when it is time. Begin to bring your awareness back to the room that you are in and the space around you. Allow your next breaths to be deeper. And then when you're ready, bring some movement into your body. Any kind of movement that you like is good. Eventually making these movements bigger. Maybe bringing the knees into the chest and wrapping the arms around the legs. Giving yourself a hug, giving yourself a squeeze. Perhaps thanking yourself for showing up. Maybe for trying something different. Moving your body in a new way. For taking care of yourself. And when you're ready, you can press yourself up into a seated position where we will close off our class together. Hands can be together at heart center, hands can be down on your lap. And let's take a big breath here together. Inhale. Hold it at the top. When you exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me for class today. I really hope you enjoyed this practice. I would love to hear how it went for you and how it felt in your body. You can let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this class, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post a new yoga class every Friday, and I would love to see you back here for another one. If you have any requests or suggestions for other classes, you can let me know in the comments below. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.